Welcome to Snow Talks on Shore. I'm Albi Sole with a roundup of the avalanche forecast for the interior ranges and the Rocky Mountains going forward into the weekend. Well, we've seen that spring has finally arrived, and with some relief, I might say. And it's having a big impact on the snowpack, so it's really warmed things up. And when you warm up the snowpack for quite a while, as we've done, it really accelerates the changes in the snowpack and helps some of those tricky layers stabilize out somewhat. They are, however, still there. But we're seeing that in general, the hazard has dropped quite a bit in all elevation ranges and throughout the regions. In some areas, such as in the south part of the range, we're seeing actually things are really quite good. In the more northerly areas, then the hazard's a little bit higher because, of course, it's a little bit colder in the northerly ranges. So that's our overall picture, and of course we're seeing that in the alpine things are less stable. Down below tree line, things are actually really quite good in a lot of places. The other thing that's going on in the forecast is that we've had a lot of strong wind, some new snow, so there's a lot of wind slabs up around tree line and up in the alpine, so we need to watch for those, especially because if we trigger them, they can drop right down in the snowpack and pull the whole snowpack out, down to those weak layers which, although they're improving, they're still down there. This daytime change in temperature is what we need to be watching out for the most part. We have the deep, weak layers still in the snowpack. They're still there. They're not going to go away for the rest of the season, I'm afraid. So we need to be really concerned that in the afternoon, especially when the sun is out, or if it was cloudy overnight and the ground didn't freeze, the snow didn't freeze, then it's much more likely to avalanche in the afternoon. So get going really early in the day and get out of the slopes early in the day. And that does apply to the north aspects too. They will also be more unstable in the afternoon. So this has been not a great winter. If we do just a little bit of a look back through the winter, we can see that right off the bat we had some problems with rain early in the season, shallow snowpack, cold temperatures following that, and we had a facet layer on the bottom. We've pretty much forgot about that, but it will actually be starting to wake up in some areas now. And then later in the winter, we had radical temperature changes again. So we had long periods of cold weather, no snow, and we created a really weak layer that's down low in the snowpack. And it's these types of winters that are colder than normal, where the snowfall pattern is radically different from time to time, that create our worst kinds of snowpacks. In many respects, it's been a tragic winter. However, with the great forecasts that we have these days from the Canadian Avalanche Centre, the national parks, it actually could have been a lot worse, and it has not been our worst year for fatalities, touch wood. So the avalanche forecast will be ending at the end of the month. This will be our last show for this year. However, the avalanche danger doesn't stop. Of course, we can have avalanches right through the year. You can get some more information from the Mountain Conditions Report. Thanks very much to all the people that have helped us this year. Thank you very much for all of you to watching our show, and we will see you next year. I'm Albi Sole, and this was Snow Talks on Shore.